Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Brisbane Pickleball Open for the PPA Tour Australia, powered by Yola. My name's Dylan Kimmel, and sitting alongside me is Sanj Carter. We'll be calling the men's gold medal here for the pro singles division. Mitch Hargreaves has been clinical this weekend thus far, and he's up against Luke Milne, who we've got to give him a big shout out. He has taken many big victories today. He just beat Rob Sterling, who was playing some mighty handy pickleball, but Hargreaves is a known product when it comes to these gold medal events. So it's good to see the Yeppoon Rockhampton representative on the courts. Gordo watching at home, no doubt, cheering on. This will be 3 games to 11, win by 2. Oh, Hargreaves.
Yeah, Luke's had an absolutely great run, as you mentioned, Dylan, and knocking off 3 players that are seated higher than him in the draw, so has really come through. And we've seen his exceptional athleticism so far in the afternoon, but also his agility at the kitchen, his ability to almost turn himself inside out. The match with himself and Rob Sterling, it was almost like they were breakdancing out there with paddles. It was exceptional, but he's going to have his absolute work cut out now against Mitch Hargreaves.
And we got a quick timeout. And the draw's tomorrow, Sanj. So while we're letting the gentlemen have a breather here on show call. Well, first of all, for our bronze medal match. So we'll see how we're going through here with the men's. So Rob Sterling and Simon Pilt still have to play in their round of 5 in the back draw. Caden Hansel and Andy Horridge they're currently still battling it out behind us, and Ollie Gray and Lucas Pascoe as well. Geez, that's a tough back draw. So many good teams.
Yeah, that's the beauty of the PPA events, Dylan. It's no easy match set here, and the gentlemen have absolutely been battling here for singles day. And tomorrow, Saturday, we switch across to mixed doubles. So a little bit of a change on the PPA tour this year, with Saturday being mixed doubles and then Sunday gender doubles. So it's all about the gentlemen out here there now. Men's singles action. Has that wind just died down a little bit, Dylan? I know we were it was quite gusty in the women's final, and we see another gust come through, but I think overall it might have just dropped down just a little bit here.
Yeah, and I have to say, the sort of the change in the schedule you mentioned, I was a huge fan of Championship Sunday for our event earlier this year, but I'm curious, what's your opinion on the 5-game gold medals?
Look, I think if you've got a great controlled environment like an indoor venue where you can sort of showcase those players and no time constraints on a Championship Sunday, in doubles I love it.
Yep.
But I think, in Australia here, we're probably still a little ways away from that. It does mean starting your main draw singles on a Thursday.
Yep.
So it does require really majority of your pro players or the singles players to be full-time athletes. So again, I don't think we're quite there in Australia just yet. But look, 2026, I think we'll probably see some events trialling that format where we do start on the Thursday and have that full Championship Sunday.
There you go, straight from the horse's mouth, viewers. And that's gone wide. Milne gets his first points on the board.
Look, and I think that Championship Sunday was, again, incredibly exciting for the viewers. It's easy to sort of schedule for broadcast, but it can be incredibly demanding on the players, especially if they are going for medals in multiple divisions. So that can also be, incredibly challenging too for the top players. But, there's a reason why they're at the top. They are generally the fittest and the best. So, it can be a great spectacle as well.
It was the first time I covered a 2-hour match, just one match that took 2 hours long. I was like, geez, that's a normal pickleball session.
And Dylan, I had the match before yours, which was also an hour and 55.
Yeah,
so I think we're almost breaking records on both. But we don't think we're going to see that today. Obviously, Mitch taking a strong lead here, but Luke trying to get his way into this.
We'll see what the call is there. I believe he challenged it. Yeah, confirmed in, so it's 9-1. Hargreaves in cruise control right now. Great swing. And this is a game point situation.
Yeah, see Mitch taking a little bit of pace off there, really to make sure he could guide that ball down the line. Almost a half ground stroke, half flick. Just creating some different shapes there for Luke Milne to face. And there we go. That's a good one there for Luke.
I'm curious. I'm just bringing up brackets now for the mixed events you mentioned to see who these guys are playing with.
I know Mitch Hargreaves, he will be playing with the silver medalist from the women's singles, Nicola Skuman. So
wow, good team.
That's going to be pretty exciting there for Nicola and Mitch. First time they've paired up at a PPA level.
Yeah, and I was speaking with gold medalist Andy Dikasavic earlier. She's teaming up with George Wall.
Yeah, some new combos, which I think is going to be really exciting. Not only does it...
and that's the game locked up for Hargreaves, but yeah.
It just opens it up to, I think, creates some excitement. We often see those pairings, especially towards the end of a season or towards the end of the year, those solidified pairings, and you sort of almost get into a bit of a pattern with, who do you think is going to be there at the end? But the really exciting thing about tomorrow with that mixed doubles is, look, there's probably 6 or 7 teams there that could take it on the given day. Is a double elimination draw. Players do have that, second chance to come back for the bronze, but they've really got to still have that single elimination mindset if they're going for gold, which some of these players now are getting very used to that format. So I think it's definitely going to be an advantage for those that have been playing a lot more single elimination draws. But, who's your pick? I mean, I can't make a pick on this one, but
it's so hard,
it's very
right? As I've just brought it up, so we can have a look at some of the teams. So let's have a look for any of our... So, yeah, you mentioned Skuman and Hargreaves, Talia and Taylor Smith. Taylor Smith, one of our challenger captains for the MLPA format. Taruya and Pascoe is another good team. Katie Hart, Andy Horridge. Man, Dennehy has been playing lights out as the players have once again returned to the courts. We can continue. Van Rijk, Grewal. We don't know if Van Rijk will show again. Della Bonner and Sterling as well. So there's some good teams in this lineup. But yeah, Andy D and George, I'm very curious to see how they're going to go as a combination. Considering that Andy's already locked up a gold medal.
Yeah, and the one in the draw there is that Sarah Burr Vishmasand.
Oh, yeah, the double
we know the double lefties, the Gold Coasters, that have played a lot together. So they're definitely going to be the most experienced combination out there tomorrow in terms of how much they have played together, but up against some new sort of fresh combos. So
that's great. I love it.
But tune in for tomorrow for that. Let's focus back in now on this men's singles gold medal match.
Oof.
See how early Mitch Hargreaves took that ball, didn't allow that to get even level with his body, really took it out of the air nice and early, and just doesn't give Luke Milne any opportunity there to get his positioning on the court.
You can barely react. It's so fast.
I know Mitch Hargreaves posted a little thing during the week saying his tennis backswing is gone, and you can tell how much it's helping him in pickleball. He's removed that big backswing, and all those out there that are maybe making that conversion across and thinking about how do I get make a go of this pickleball thing, shortening that backswing will help you immensely.
Yep. Yeah, hard habits to break. That is for certain. I was speaking to one of our local staff members here for Focus Pickleball Redcliffe, our venue for this event, and she was asking about a lot of the tennis converts for the singles format. That's a double-handed backhand excellence from Mitchell Hargreaves once more. But that is probably one of the #1 tips, right? Is just remove that backswing. And don't do illegal serves. Yeah, beautiful. Hargreaves is really seeing the ball well.
Yeah, it's pretty challenging there, and Luke Milne trying to play back into the wind there on that shorter forehand, but just made it a little easier there for Hargreaves.
We have another timeout here on display for our players. And, Sanj, we can keep on discussing, I guess, the draws that we have coming up. So for our Tweed event, let's talk about that because there might be viewers at home that want to get involved for the first New South Wales event of the year, which is awesome. Where are we playing in Tweed? I haven't actually played pickleball in Tweed yet. So
yeah, it's not a new venue, but it's a new ownership venue. So we'll have Voyager Tweed Head. So you might know the Voyager name, especially if you're in around the Sydney area. But Voyager Tweed Head. So We've got 8 brand new permanent pickleball courts going in there as we speak, which is
cool.
always a benefit to our event. So,
Yep.
no, just over the Queensland border in Tweed, so beautiful spot. Staying there in Coolangatta on the coast, and we'll have, obviously, that'll be our first MLP and PPA event combined. So we'll have the afternoons with our Premier MLP, mornings with Masters and Challenger, and then our PPA events going through, and divisions for the pros, divisions for 4.0 and above, and also divisions for 3.0 and above as well. So, look, honestly, something for everyone there, Dylan.
Oh, it's so exciting. It's going to be a great event, and I very much look forward to getting amongst it. We have a 3-1 here for Mitchell Hargreaves. Oh, you'll take it.
Yeah, I think Luke let him off the chain a little bit there. That one drifting long, but he knew he was able to put it away. Yeah. So great confidence there.
And I did notice, Sanj, that Milne had an opportunity to charge in and opted to back up. So we'll see if he's recognised a little bit of a strategy change here. Disregard, charges in and hits the corner. Bit too much on that one. Ball goes long for Hargreaves. So our steely eye viewers at home may have noticed all the Proton banners up here at our event. They're one of your new sponsors here, Sanj.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's great to have Proton as part of the family for 2025, along with Yola, Franklin, and 60. So we've got some absolutely top-tier brands as our major paddle sponsors. Also, I said Franklin X40, yep. the ball of, I call it the ball of Australia. It's the ball that we know most well here in Australia, and it's great that Franklin are now back part of the tour after having a little hiatus in 2024. So, no, we know that players from all levels are very excited to be smacking around that X40.
Yeah, not wrong. And we have a timeout on display, and we might bounce into a quick commercial break here for Franklin X40. Be back live straight after this. Welcome back, everyone. Once again, thank you to Franklin for being the ball of Australia, as Sand referred to it as, and we can continue our games here. 3-3. I reckon you might be right about the side, Sanj, because Luke Milne's definitely having a much better showing since he's rotated. Oh, I reckon he thought about the dive.
Yeah, the other thing that you might not see on the viewership here is that the end there where Mitch Hargreaves is at, looking down through, there's not a big back wall, so it's often the depth perception can be a little tricky too. So down the camera end where Luke is, he's got some reference points for where Mitch is at the high fence, so often that just helps players get their bearings a little more on court, so you do see them be a little more settled down that camera end.
Oh, that's terrific. Hargreaves is striking the ball so well at the moment, and I always find the singles fascinating for the day one because it sets up the Triple Crown potential immediately. So Hargreaves, he's had Triple Crowns with us, surely.
He has. He had a Triple Crown in New Zealand last year. Was his sole Triple Crown, and was the only one of the season last year. We had Page and Cow on 2 Triple Crown runs, but wasn't able to finish them on both occasions. But it was Mitch Hargreaves that was the only Triple Crown. He has 2. I think he had 2 or 3 in 2023. Yeah. But he was the only one in 2024.
Oh, there you go. Great stats there, Sanj. And Hargreaves currently enjoying a healthy lead for our game 2 here. Must win for Luke Milne to force the game 3, of course. I was watching the Sarah Burr clinic behind us, Sanj. As Sanj mentioned earlier, viewers, you can sign up to all of the clinics via the PPA website to get all the information, but it looked like absolute pandemonium out there. Sarah had her school teacher's hat on and was trying to get the players to just really hone in on what she was guiding. I often say, Sanj, that Sarah's no doubt going to be a Hall of Famer, but I actually put Mitchell Hargreaves in that boat as well. The career these two have had, a very lengthy one. Currently 3-8, Milne to bring it in. Great drive. That's confidence booster.
Yeah, and that ball just sat up a little higher there. Luke Milne able to get right up over the top of it, making it pretty difficult there for Mitch to play defence. And again, like I know Mitch is very, very keen to get some PPA, 1,000 points on the board early. Again, with that race this year, the top player, male and female, at the end of the season will take home $35,000. So it's pretty incredible, and I know these players are making sure they put that time and energy in to get to the events and start racking up those points.
It's just a terrific way to start your season, right? Nice service. His challenge is there from Hargreaves, confirmed in, and I believe we have a timeout. And we're going to jump into a commercial break, ladies and gentlemen, while we wait for our gentlemen to jump back on the courts. Thank you. Welcome back, everyone, to the Brisbane Pickleball Open, powered by Yola. As we currently have a second game of our men's pro division.
Yeah, another one there for Mitch Hargreaves. Again, we saw a much better showing here from Luke Milne in the second game. He's really sort of been able to put points on the board. Mitch, but Mitch, I think he'll really put the foot down now after that timeout.
Crafty. Mitchell Hargreaves moves to a gold medal point. This will be a terrific start to his 2025 campaign. And he does it in style. Hargreaves secures the gold here for the pro men's singles division. And Luke Milne taking the silver. Terrific effort from Milne to get this far. Deep draw. He'll be happy with his efforts. But broadcast will be over now, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to close it down. But remember, we do have the men's singles for the juniors events. Get started about 9:30 tomorrow. So that should be a lot of fun. But as always, Dylan Kimlin, Sam Carter here in the booth. We are going to close things down. Remember, you can catch all the footage on the PPA Tour Australia YouTube channel. And remember to follow PPA Australia on all of their social medias to keep up to date with all things pickleball for this weekend. It's been a blast. And we will look forward to seeing you tomorrow. The streams will continue for all of our next doubles events. But thank you, everyone. Have yourselves a lovely evening, and we will see you tomorrow morning for the junior men's divisions for our singles events. Thank you.